What's up guys, Rape13 here and welcome to another Gunpla review. Okay, so what we have here today is the ARX-014 Silver Bullet. Okay, so to make the long story short, this unit is actually a Doven Wolf modified. What happened is that Earth Federation forces captured a couple of Doven Wolf units and they have modified it to do some testing. And in turn, it lost a couple of its major weaponries, and their headpiece had been changed either into a Gundam or a GM head, which you guys are seeing right now, which is actually not that bad. But still, Doven Wolf is on the list now for me to get it to do a comparison in the future. Okay, so after the Earth Federation forces were done with the Silver Bullets, they transferred a couple of units to the Vist Foundation in the Unicorn Gundam series, and they used the Silver Bullets to test out Unicorn Gundam's capabilities. And there are actually a few notable, there is one notable pilot that the Silver Bullet was used for, which I believe his name is Gale Chan. So I'm actually not going to spoil it, but my suggestion is you guys check out the Unicorn Gundam series. Even though it's been a couple of years, I still want my viewers to watch the series and enjoy it. Okay, so we're gonna do some testing here for mobility and gonna discuss about some of the major hurdle that I actually experienced building this unit. But here's a little bit of a spoiler. It's actually not that bad. Okay, let's go on to the next step, shall we? Okay, let's start off with the weapons presentation here. First off, we're going to start with the backpack here. Now, the backpack actually have a few gimmicks. The missile tubes here that you can actually just kind of pull open, which is really nice, as you guys can see that. Some key feature. And I believe this is a particle beam cannon. No, a beam cannon actually. Now for this other two pieces here, I actually don't know what this is, to tell you the truth. It's probably a beam launcher, not too sure. But we're gonna remove this so you guys can see. And this other piece here, easy. For the weapons presentation here for the backpack, which is actually quite nice. So there's actually good mobility for this here, so you guys can see. And then on top of that, you got your other weapon here, which is another beam launcher. Yep. You can actually pull this out, and there's mobility also. And yeah, which is really, really nice. You can actually just push that back and if you want to, but doesn't really matter. Okay, let's just put that back there. Okay, now the next piece that I want to do, but first off, let's remove the head. This is actually quite easy. And the next weapon presentation here is this one here. Okay. So to do this properly, let's just push that up. So you guys can see there's actually some connectors there. And some ball joints connecting the other parts, and the hook makes it more secure. And then we just put that back there, and there you go. And you guys can figure it out now that the reason why the head had to be removed is because of the antennas. And as you guys can see, it looks really nice already. Okay, that's the other feature that this have, but this one is actually mobile also. So there's good mobility for the backpack here. Okay, now why don't we put this back to normal? So doing this feature is actually quite easy. Now the next weaponry that we have here is the shield that actually have a beam cannon also. Okay. Yeah, and there's a slot here on the forearm. Same goes for the right one. And why don't we just get this to stand straight? Okay, now for the shield, this is another beam weapon. You can flip that, really nice. Another missile launcher. And what else is the feature? And this one can actually extend also, which is not bad at all. Okay, now for the next part is the beam rifle. This looks like, for me, more of a machine gun, a bullpup. Very basic 2 pieces. Okay, let's remove that. And the next piece is for the weaponry are the beam sabers. Now the beam sabers here actually got a piece, so you'll actually have to remove the hand here into pieces, and so far so good. You can do the same with the other one, and yeah, not bad. Okay, now since the forearm fell off, why don't we do the wire hands? Now you actually have to remove this part here. Okay, and now the next step is what I showed you guys earlier, is this piece here, and this piece had to be on the top here, otherwise it's not gonna fit. And then you just push it in, and there you go. And then there's a wired piece there. You'll actually have to push it right in. This is a copper wire. And the next step is this here, the stand. Now there's actually a slot here, as you guys can see, and there's a space here, so we're just gonna shield fit right away, and there you go. And then you get either a left, like right hand, and then you take this piece here, just push it up and push it right in, and there you go. Now the issue that you guys can see here is this piece here is a little bit too small. I ended up putting a clay here. It didn't work. Okay, it's working somewhat now, and it gives you that realistic look. Okay, now the next piece that I actually want to do now is remove this part here. This piece, you can just leave that be, and then remember the clawed hands. There you go. Not bad. Oops. And sadly, this actually doesn't move, so your options are kind of limited. Okay. Okay, now that's all I got for the presentation. Let's move on to the mobility test, shall we? I actually give this unit a 8 out of 10 when it comes to mobility. And the other good thing I like about this unit is it actually got a big feat that it is able to handle the weight of the back, which is already light. As you guys can see here, that's the first demonstration of one of its good capabilities. Yeah, which is really nice. Okay, so let's start from top to bottom here for the mobility test. You've guys already seen the mobility of the head here, but just gonna do it again. As you guys can see, really good mobility. There's really good turns, just like doing some stretching. The next part is the backpack here. You guys already saw the mobility of the backpack and its special features, which is really nice. How it can flip, its other weaponries. I believe this is the beam, another beam weapon. Yeah, and it's just really good. Now, the thrusters doesn't actually move at all. It's stationary into that one spot there. Okay, now the next part is the shoulder and arms here. Now, the shoulder piece is actually separate, and it's actually a connector, not a ball joint, which we will just take this apart. Okay, there you go. As you guys can see, which is not bad. Okay, for the arm here, it actually got good mobility. It can partially bend the opposite way. And even the hand, it's not that bad. Now for the shoulder, it actually got that piece. Its mobility is not that bad. That's how far it can go. Now the next part here is the waist. The waist can definitely turn 360. It is actually a ball joint. Yeah. And then the next part are the legs. The legs get some good mobility also. It's not a ball joint but connectors. But it actually got this odd shape here. I think that's an interesting angle for the legs. This is actually what I meant about poor mobility. Okay, so this here practically got the same connectors. So I originally thought that this is how it's supposed to go. Yeah. Which is stupid me. Okay, and now for the leg here, it can only go that far. You can move the thrusters here. For the knee joint, that's how far it can go. Okay, and for the feet got really good mobility, as you guys can see, which is really nice. Okay. Yep, this is actually in a couple of in two pieces. I actually like this unit. It's the way the feet is designed, it actually gives out a really good balance. And this unit can actually do a split also. Well, somewhat. And last but not the least, there is your connector for the action base. So this is actually, there's no polycaps there, that's just a piece, so you may actually have an issue. My suggestion is use some manicure, a type of item for the manicure. Okay, now the details is actually not that bad. So you guys can see there's some good designs here, but the panel lines is the issue. So you guys actually will have to do some work on it. Now sticker wise, I want to show you guys how bland it is without the stickers and very little color. Okay, now the next part that I want to do now is a side-by-side comparison of another unit here. 2 units actually. Okay, let's put this back together, shall we? Well, let's start the size comparison, and the best item to do is my Kshatriya repaired. As you guys can see, it's actually too big that it doesn't actually cover, the recording doesn't cover the whole body of the Kshatriya. And as you guys can see here, I get the Silver Bullet in full view. Kshatriya is about an inch taller than the Silver Bullet, which is not bad. Proportion wise, kind of similar. Yeah, still. And the next part that I want to do a comparison is my Zaku have cannon here. Now this is definitely small. Okay, so I'm just putting this in front. You guys can see how tall the Silver Bullet is. Wow. Yeah. Okay, that is it for the size comparison. Now let's talk about the seam lines and the nubs. Now the seam lines, it's actually noticeable in the forearm here, but that should be that can be fixed easily. And then the next part, let's see here, another seam line here that is well hidden. The nubs are thick. Wasn't too happy. You can see one. Okay, I'm just gonna, there's one over here where the thrusters, but the sanding is actually quite helpful, and because this is actually a white color, the stress marks are actually hidden well, and which is not bad. Okay, so overall this is actually I give this unit a 7 out of 10. Highly advisable to get. Size is not bad. Weight, it's actually not that heavy compared to my Kshatriya repaired. This is actually light. Good balance. Issue with the stand for the wire comm. Yeah, I'd actually it will be great for me to get another one for a special project. Now this is actually, you can actually do some modifications here. I believe the MK5, the Psycho Gundam MK5, it's based off the Doven Wolf. I don't know much of the story, and once I get the Doven Wolf, I'll get into details with that. Okay, yeah, this is Raid 13. Thank you guys for watching this video. Give this a thumbs up. And I am actually using a Samsung Galaxy S8 or S8 to do this recording. So give me your opinion if this is the quality of the vid is good or bad. Do not hesitate. Okay, have a good day, good night, afternoon, wherever you are. Signing out for this video. See ya.